And we're back with some more Satisfactory, and today it's the final episode. Well, it should be the final episode. We should get the last of all of the things finished. The first thing we're going to start on is these adaptive control units. We're going to need, well, 16 manufacturers of these. Unfortunately, they also require these annoying automated wiring systems to go into them, which we don't have on our bus just yet, so we're going to need to build 16 automated speed wirings. That should be fine. Of course, they require wire, which means we're going to need to put about 14 of our wire production machines behind that just to fuel it all. And then we've got to make sure we have enough space going off into the distance. I think we got this. Probably. We don't got this. There's not enough space. We run into those edges really quickly. Though we could just plow through all of that. It seems the game doesn't mind too much, but I think we'll just layer it. We'll stick a second layer on top. So for now, let's hook up this half. This is half of what we need to produce. So if we just hook up these right there and that to there, that should start wire production. And once the wire starts to flow, that will flow into those sections which already have all of the other resources they need. And once they're done, they'll feed onto the next section, which should mean all of this should start slowly spinning to life. As those machines start to rumble to life, I think it's time we took this up a level. As in, let's floor over the top of this and put this exact same build, but sort of stacked right on top. It should work. Probably. As it is below, so it is above. Exact same build, just duplicated on top. Now, to bring the resources up from down below, we sort of just, well, we tacked on some splitters and some belt lifts. That was it. What the? Oops. Ran into a ladder. So, as you can see here, it's not exactly super pretty or organized. We didn't even bother putting in floor holes or anything like that. We just ran them straight through. And it looks okay. We could also put lights in here, but why bother? This factory can function just as well in the dark as it can in the light. Oh, this one up here is getting to enjoy its sunnier sides. Alright, all we gotta do now is take the outputs from that and dump them back onto the bus. Actually, ooh, wait, no, what do we feed those into? This here is the assembly director. This is actually one of the final level steps of the production items we're trying to make. We're getting there. We're almost there. So we just select that, and we need about 11 assemblers, well, 10 point whatever. So we stick in 11 assemblers to produce this, and that will be one of the 4 final phase objectives done, which feels really odd. It took so long to get here. Alright, let me power this and belt this up. Application of a little bit of power, application of a little bit of belting, and next thing you know, all of the production from those, 16 manufacturers, well, 32 in total, I suppose, are being dumped in here. Those adaptive control units are being combined with some supercomputers, and we're getting our final output, the assembly director. Well, one of the final outputs. That's, we need 4,000 assembly directors to finish off the final stage objectives. Alright, now we got the other 3 things we have to hammer out, and I was thinking, actually over here what I've been doing is just extending on this, our main bus, but I'm thinking a lot of this stuff we don't need anymore, and I might just stop extending it and only bring on the stuff we need, just to cut down on the amount of trash. Though, at the same time I kind of do want to finish out the massive main bus, but at the same time, why waste the time? You know what, let's start with the next sections. We'll worry about it as we go. This next step looks actually a lot simpler now that we've got all of this production done. We just have to put together some versatile framework. Now, that versatile framework is, of course, not the be-all, end-all. That's got to feed into the next set of machines. That next set of machines it's actually going into is going to be 8 manufacturers, which are producing magnetic field generators. These take in that versatile framework, electromagnetic control rods, and some batteries, which reminds me I should probably hook up those electromagnetic control rods while I'm over here. You can go into there. And turn green. Turn green, there we go. Alright, so that's electromagnetic control rods. That should give us 8 of those per minute, because we've got 8 of those up and running. And we should be getting, where is it, assembly directors? We should be getting 8 of you as well, shouldn't we? 7.5, well, yeah, whatever. About right. I'm going to trust the numbers from the calculator. And what is that? I have no idea what button I hit there. Alright. Well, anyway, next up, with that done, what's next on the agenda? A quick look at our calculator here shows that we've knocked out this one, the assembly director system. We've knocked out this one, the magnetic field generator. So I suppose next up is nuclear pasta. I mean, we might as well do them bottom to top to bottom, one or the other. So the only thing we don't have, we have all of the inputs up until pressure conversion cube, which is a weird thingy. But it takes 2 fused modular frames and 4 radio control units. We've got those on the bus. The copper powder is somewhere below the bus, and that will feed into the nuclear pasta. This should be... No, I'm going to jinx myself. We're going to stick together those 2 assemblers and make ourselves some pressure conversion cubes. Look at those fused modular frames flow. Those ones are incredibly expensive. The actually, modular frames are probably the biggest expense straight up for any production build you want to do. It does explain why everyone complains about them so much. Alright, but with those done, or with the pressure conversion cubes done, then we just gotta make nuclear pasta. And let's cook some up. Those are some weird looking machines. I assume these are meant to be particle accelerators of some sort. Considering all of the loops they've got built in and what looks like electromagnetic coils. We had to run the copper powder all the way over here. Turns out my copper powder production was a little bit further away than I kind of recalled. Actually, I should probably fix up that hole. Yeah, it's way over there. Like, our copper powder production is way, way, way off in the distance behind those trees over there. So maybe built that a little bit early. I probably should have waited until I knew where this is going to be, but whatever. It's a transport belt half a mile long. I think we'll be fine. Done. That is nuclear pasta started. Or it should be. Is it? Yeah, there we go. What's the... Wow, those things eat power. That's a lot of power. Where's our power production is still 32. Capacity. Consumption 22. Yeah, our consumption's not bad. Max consumption is actually gone over what we could potentially produce. But we do have some excess machines lying around the place. Alright, alright. Stop making whiny noises. Okay. We'll see how that works out. I think that's yeah, this nuclear pasta done. That means we only have one more left to do. That's thermal propulsion rockets. Give me a minute. According to our calculator, all we need to do to make the necessary number of thermal propulsion rockets, which is 2 per minute, is 2 manufacturers, which will require modular engines. We've got them on the bus. Turbo motors on the bus. Cooling systems on the bus. Fused modular frame on the bus. So we just need 2 more manufacturers and we're done. I'll believe it when I see it. I have to say, this has been really pleasant getting through these last few sections. Done, done, and done. Alright, you best be... Oh, wow. There is so many expensive resources going in there. Just so many. And it started. Alright, so it's turbo propulsion rockets. That's all of them. Now all we have to do is get the outputs from those 2 machines, those 4 particle accelerator machines, these however many magnetic field generator machines, and where was the other ones? And these machines over here, and dump all of them into our space elevator. Now, where are we going to put this space elevator? Should we put it over... let me think. Do we need somewhere dramatic for it? Not really. There seems about right. I'm thinking this place looks perfect. I mean, it's nice and high up. It's got a little view of the factory. We will have to run some funky cabling, but, you know, it'll be grand. We'll get some belts up there in no time. Wait, we need to get 4 inputs in there, don't we? What if we just stack a bunch of inputs? Let me check something here. So, to feed this, we're just going to use 1 transport belt. I mean, we could use 4 separate ones and have 4 separate resources, but nah, we're not that type of base. Instead, we just have this transport belt running all the way back here, and then you'll notice that it's kind of slides off. For example, here's the assembly directors coming in from there. They merge up here. Then we've got your electromagnetic, whatever you might call them. They're merging in from there. Then we've got your nuclear pasta coming in from right here. Seriously? How do we run out of power? God damn it. I thought we talked about this, guys. Anyway, then from over there, we've got the final things, whatever they're called, the thermal propulsion rockets. And all of them come down here. Look, I even managed to make this just a little bit crooked, you know, in memory. Or just by accident, whatever. And then this all goes all the way back over here, and oh my god, just move. And we hook them up there. And then if we watch the top right, it should show us, I presume. Are you going to show us top right? Does the numbers go down as the resources go in? And come on. Yes, yes they do. Beautiful. And that's that. So the first 2 should complete at 8 per minute. The last 2 should complete at 2 per minute. Which means about, you know, 8 hours from now this will all be done. Though it's going to be a case of checking on the backhauls just to make sure all the resources are still flowing, make sure our power doesn't go over capacity. We should actually be running at max. Yeah, we should be running at max capacity right now. So 23,000 megawatts. Whatever, let's give this an hour and come back and see how she's going. Giving it about 5 to 10 minutes. No obvious bottlenecks as of yet, but you know, it's only been a short amount of time. What are we at now? We're at about 205 hours and 1 minute. Let's give it to about 206 and see how she's holding up then. So far, this has been going, well, disturbingly well. We're about an hour and 45 minutes into production, and we seem to be ahead of schedule on some things, though a little bit behind on others. The nuclear pasta has only got 239. It actually fell a tiny bit behind because those pressure cubes are actually very slow to make. I stuck in an extra machine, did a little bit of handcrafting to even things out, and now it should have no issues. But barring that, I think we're on target. For now, we're just crouched on top of a power pole, on top of a mountain overlooking our factory base, because that is how you observe things. Standing one-legged on top of a power pole. Perfectly normal. Alright, let's skip it forward just a little bit more. Right now we're playing a little bit of a side visit to one of our sub-factories. This one is the one that produces the heavy modular frames, and I noticed that it was a little bit shy. Well, it was actually full, but the problem was it wasn't full on this end. It was full on the far end, but we were running a little bit short. Checking here resulted in, I found 2 problems. There's always something you're going to find that you messed up on. Down there, that water pipe, the water wasn't getting past the pump. The thing had glitched out. It happens occasionally, so we had to redo the piping, and then it worked fine. Then the pump started working. That was what actually provides us with the wet concrete, and the concrete was what was the problem, because the concrete wasn't making it all the way to the end of the line. Also, it turns out I hadn't overclocked the limestone mine as well. But that didn't matter, because one of the pumps was blocked down there, only half of the limestone was being created. Now, we seem to be back up and running, and you can see those are running all the way down to the end now that they've got full concrete. Still things. What are we at? 442, and we're 208. What was it? It's 205 roughly when we finished, so yeah, 3.5 hours in, say 4.5 hours to go. Perfect, I think we're on schedule. Let me check some of the other outposts. One factory down, second factory over here. What were we even making over here? I keep forgetting. AI cores, circuits, yeah, that was all of our electronic stuff. No problems. We'll go along and have a quick check out and see what's wrong. Or see if anything's wrong. As far as I'm aware, this one's fine, though. Ooh. Yeah, you can feel the lag kick in the moment we start to come in range of that glass. Still, what can you do? It's a beautiful glass floor. Now, over here we should have only 3 of these full. I can't remember which ones though. Well, it's definitely not the first one, so that narrows it down. AI cores, maxed out, all good. High-speed controllers, maxed out, all good. And green circuits, maxed out. Okay, so I'm going to assume that factory is working fine. Last one left to check then is just aluminum. That is going to be fun. Now, 1 second while we fly back home to the other. Ooh, watch out for the tree. Yeah, if I fly straight at that, I keep running into that tree. I should really go along and find that tree and blow it up, but I'm too lazy. One other thing of note is all of the alternative researches have been done. Well, all the hard drives have been examined. The only thing left is charcoal. I'm not researching charcoal. I don't want it. No one wants charcoal. Well, that reminds me, there's 1 or 2 things left in here, isn't there? Where were we? Do have programmable splitters left. We can start the research on that. We also have geothermal generators, which we don't really need, but we'll probably knock that out. And what was the last one? Quartz. Radar technology, which we don't need, and radio signal scanning, which we also don't need. Yeah, we'll get around to those later. Time to go and check out how our aluminum casing is doing. And that's the only one I'm really worried about, because Alclad, we have just an absolutely ridiculous amount of that stuff available. Yes, there we go. I also like the sight of our power. That is just a stupid amount of power over there. That's pretty much powering 90% of our factories all done from that. Okay, let's land right about here. Right. Well, that didn't go well. It's okay. What I realized about these things is just make sure you leave 1 health potion behind. Where is it? All we need is 1. There we are. There's 21 right there. We're going to split that. Just give us 1 is fine. That's all we need. Namely because you can fall from any height with 1 with full hit points and it won't kill you. So, oh my god, that's so slow. Dear lord. Once you don't have the boots on, you really notice it. So, I'm not going to say this is going to be easy on our knees. It's definitely going to sting a little, but it won't kill us. And isn't that all that really matters? Now, where did we leave our corpse? It was somewhere down there. Let's try and land on our corpse. that's gonna hurt come winter. That's a much better, safer view from up here. Alright, though I do have found a problem. This should be full of aluminum casing. Why is it not full of aluminum casing? Okay, it's filling, but as fast as it should be. We have a storage container down there that should also be stockpiling it. We should be producing 400 of that stuff per minute. Alright, let's troubleshoot. Well, this one turned out to be a bit annoying. Despite having the correct number of everything, this was not working out perfectly. These end smelters weren't on all the time. So we're running just a little tad short of aluminum ingots to make all of this. So I basically just siphoned some off of the alclad. Alclad? Whatever. Yeah, the alclad. So any excess that's not required for that just gets shunted over here and dumped into this line, which gives us more than enough casing to make up the difference. Well, in theory. I suppose we'll find out in about an hour or so when the whole thing catches up with itself. When's it going to be at? We're at 500 of the lower end ones, which means we'll be halfway through. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. 4 hours in, so we got 4 hours to go before it's all done. Nice. One minor hiccup, we were running out of batteries for some reason. I couldn't figure it out. Turns out, yeah, sulfur. I hadn't overclocked the sulfur mines, so sulfur mines were only pulling in 120 and we needed about 160, was it? Or 140, whatever. I've overclocked them to 300 now, and now we've got a backlog of sulfur. At the same time, that did run us dry on batteries. Our entire battery stockpile was gone. So I've overclocked these last two by 50% and the wire that feeds them. Just to catch things back up again, because the loss of batteries starved out the production of supercomputers a bit. Thankfully, we haven't gone through our stockpile yet. So we caught it before it became problematic and slowed us down and take us out of schedule. But better safe than sorry. Okay, we should be fine though. Yeah, all the batteries are filling back up there. And slowly production has gone from 7, well, it's about 63% now. Yeah, but we'll be fine, probably. I mean, what, 5 hours, 23 minutes in? I think we're doing okay. Ooh, I want to check on the nuclear pasta. Well, assembly directors are complete. That the EM generators, or the generators, or the assemblies. Oh, fine. We got a little bit of time left, although those assembly directors finished far too quickly. We're at 212 hours and 20 minutes, so what, another 40 minutes or so and we should be good to go. I did have to make some minor changes to our production. The reason being, oop, we'll head over here. It's just once they accepted all of the assembly directors, they stopped accepting everything else, so I had to make a little bit of changes here to let everything in and out. So all the stuff now comes up through here, gets sorted by this smart splitter, then split into its different lanes. Yeah, one of them goes through a boulder. Actually, can we blow that boulder up? I never even thought to try. Yep, we can. Probably should have done that sooner. Oh well, that allows everything through. And while we're waiting for the last, what, 17 nuclear pasta and 8 engine thingies to come along, let's just have a quick go over what I learned in the last 213 hours and 3 minutes of playing Satisfactory. Dear Lord, it's been that long. Oh wow, this game, it sucks you in quite a bit. Alright, the first thing that's really important to note is I think I wasted about 50 hours of this letting the game run while I was AFK over the Christmas period. The reason for that is I wanted snowballs. Flying all the way back across our base. Dear Lord, the length of this base is getting ridiculous. I can't clear the whole thing now in one set of rocket jumping thingies. Oh, can we? Just a little bit. Yeah, there we go. What we're going to do here is we're going to head over to our snowball storage location, which is, I want to say down here? Yeah. You see, what I thought was I was going to need those snowballs for lots and lots and lots of stuff. But it turns out you don't need that many snowballs. We made a few too many, and by a few too many, let's see, we got 72, 96, 120, 144,000 snowballs. 147,767 snowballs. I probably would have been fine with about 4,000. 4,000 would have done for the whole game. I mean, I think I've spent maybe 500 since I got my access to them. It was not worth it. Building that many snowballs, you don't need them. Just trust me on that one. Second up, when it comes to rocket fuel, yeah, you don't need that much. I literally, this is my entire stockpile of rocket fuel. I filled this up once, and then that was it. I come back every so often and top up. It's bizarre how little you need, so long as you're just tapping about the place and just sort of gliding everywhere you go. Easy peasy. Your original factory is going to be an absolute mess. That is completely fine. Your real factory should be built on concrete. And your real factory, you're going to tear that down again the moment you'd access to some alternative recipes. Yeah, the regular recipes are just so horrendous compared to the advanced ones or the extra recipes you can find. It's just, you have to go out and get them. I mean, you don't have to, but you're really hamstringing yourself if you don't. Now, next up. Yeah, these little things here with the transport belts for jump lifting about the place. Do yourself a favor. I should have done this when I started. Don't put them at angles. I was putting them at angles so that I could know which direction to come from. Just come up with a standard, you know? If it's on one side of the tower, I knew which direction it was going. That just made it really simple. There, see? Much better. Now it's easier to jump on. I can get a better run and jump. This allows you to quickly zip around the factory an awful lot faster, especially when you're using one of these long transport belt thingies. And by transport thingies, I mean one of these extra long main buses that we did. It works. It's just, it needs a little bit of tweaking to work really well. Though, honestly, we didn't play the game right. If we wanted to do this, we would have finished this ages ago by queuing up just a much smaller production run. We didn't need 8 of each one or 4 of each one per minute. All we needed was about half of each one per minute and then just let it run for like about 32 hours. I mean, we spent about 100 hours doing all the prep work to get it started, just to do 8 hours worth of it actually producing. My advice would be, yeah, just start small. You don't need to. It's more fun to do it this way. This definitely was far more entertaining, but it really depends what you're into when you're playing this game. Now, what is left? We have 9 more nuclear pastas to go. Where's my nuclear pasta? All of our nuclear pasta machines are, well, working just fine. I don't know what's going on. Every single one of them is jammed to the gills full of raw resources. There should be no slowdown whatsoever to worry about. Strange. Oh well. It seems a little bit odd. It does say only 5% productivity, but I think that's just the way these machines are. They're odd. Alright then, all we have to do is wait for the next 6 to go, and we can finally knock out the final objective. Far off in the distance, just over there, you can see nuclear pasta making its way slowly along the transport belt. We're at 999 nuclear pasta. This will be number 1000. You know, or as I like to refer to it, about damn time. Oh, autosave. Once that's done, we can finally launch it. Come on. I'm thirsty. 5, 4, 3, 2. You done? Done. Lock and load. Okay. That's in. Get a little tuck-in thing. Send her off. Employee of the planet. Delivery will unlock at the awesome shop. Alright, let's get our new cup. Our new cup better be absolutely awesome to make up for this, and it better contain something that's not coffee. Been locked in this suit for like 200 hours and there's no zip on it. The guy's eyeballs are floating at this point. You know what, we'll just put an awesome shop down here, assuming I actually have any resources left on me. Awesome shop. Oh, excellent. Where are you? Oh wait, I don't have tickets on me. There they are. I knew I had these coupons around somewhere. Also, we've got a bunch in the awesome sink somewhere. And employee of the planet cup. Thank you kindly. We shall take it. By all perfection. Now we can put our other trustworthy coffee mug back in storage. Out. New coffee mug. Thank you very much. No. Oh god damn it! It's just more coffee. Could I at least get some tea even? Like a whiskey would be delicious right about now. Seriously, what do you have to do to get a drink around this place? It's like they've got health and safety concerns. Alright, with that done, we need to make one minor adjustment to the end of our factory. The first thing we're going to do is get rid of this. Yeah, you can go. And we're going to replace it with an awesome sink. Somewhere near this exit over here should be fine. You know what? There is good. A little bit of reconfiguring here and there, and now everything is going into the awesome sink. Perfect. Now, if my math is right, that should be about 7 million points per minute. Printable coupons are going up. That's a reasonable rate. Holy Christ. Points until the next coupon. 170, 173, 176, 179. Well, we do have a little bit of a backlog to go through, I suppose. That might be why they're going up so quickly. Oh, wow. Yeah, that is a lot of very expensive items. But 7 million points per minute should be what we stabilize out at after a while. Let's give that a minute, will we? I think the points need a little bit more time to stabilize out. But we got 249 coupons in there if ever we need them. Alright, for now, let's go have a look at some of the other fun stuff that we managed to accumulate during our time doing this. And we'll leave out the standard ones. This here is where we keep all of our nuts and berries. Also, all of our Mercer spheres and summer sloops. So, yeah, we got about 50 of these just wandering around the place. Though the only thing that really matters is the mycelia and, where is it? These things in here, these alien organs. Because you can combine the two of those to make health. And we have so much. We're just going to grab, say, 50 of those alien organs. We're going to leave all of the alien carapaces. Think about it. Think about all the critters that died to make all of those carapaces. I've lost track of the amount of things I've killed on this map. Then we'll just grab some mycelia, which is pretty easily farmable. And then all you do is you go and craft some stuff. Where is it? Yeah, alien organ medical inhaler. It costs 3 alien organs and 5 mycelia, and you get an entire health inhaler. That seems incredibly overpowered. It means every time you kill a giant spider, you get a health potion. Every single time. Every time you kill 3 small spiders, you also get a health potion. Easy peasy, and you can turn them all straight into these things. Best tech ever. Also, I just like that we have an entire box of just, native wildlife we've slaughtered. We also have a beautiful collection of slugs in here. Anyone fancy a yellow slug? The purple ones are pretty good, but I prefer the yellow ones myself. They've kind of got a lime flavour to them. Yeah, we also have way too many, what do you call them, power shards. We've still got 132 power shards and a bunch of slugs we haven't even bothered using. Not really sure how useful they would be on, on a standardized playthrough like this. Considering we didn't go too big. We went reasonably sized, but we didn't go ginormous. I think the power shards are more for when you decide to go absolutely ludicrously big. 213 hours and 25 minutes. Yeah. Time well spent. I suppose the next question is, do I build a nuclear power plant? For no other reason than to just build a nuclear power plant. Or should I move on to the next series? You know what? I'll flip a coin. We'll find out where that goes. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed and good luck.